folks. It's been quite a while. So I'm Cameron. I'm your host. Welcome to my channel. It's been absolutely forever. It feels like I've been extinct from this channel for so long. Um, but I'm back, and I want to give you guys some information about what's been going on because I feel like I've been kind of dodging the question and dodging this kind of video idea for quite a while, and I figured now I really do need to talk about it because now I'm in a more comfortable place to kind of expose what I want to expose. So, as you guys know, I stopped posting here around over a year ago, and my last community post prior to the one I made recently, was just like that this video is coming out. But the one before that was about me remaking a menu tutorial, and it was being over an hour long. And you guys didn't really get a whole lot of information. And over at my Game Jolt page, I really didn't show off a lot about the tutorial series coming up, except for the intro I made, and that's about it. Everything else has been kind of behind the scenes, but I know that although I think everything's okay, I think everything is going swimmingly, you guys don't know that information at all. And I want to avoid kind of hiding information from you guys and just give you guys what you want to know right away, like right now in this video. So like I said, I've been kind of not avoiding making this video, but I figured it's time to address everything that's been going on. Where have I been? What's going on with the tutorial series remake? What's going on with the tutorial series in general? What's going on with Game Jolt? Everything. But mostly the tutorials I want to talk about and the channel. So to build some context, like I said before, I am a tutorial channel. I have made myself an official tutorial channel. I'm no longer really making FNAF fan game videos anymore. I've deleted all of them off my channel. I only do tutorials now. I do have some of the live videos up, like from way back in the day, but I'm low-key gonna get rid of those. Because I already got rid of the ones that I actually liked, so now I don't have the ones that I like. So that's kind of a problem, but I might as well just get rid of all of them while I still can. But also, this channel has always just, I've kind of wanted to divert to just a tutorial channel for quite a while, but I also want this channel to just be like us, you know? You can go in, you can watch me for entertainment, but you can also watch me if you guys need help. So I've been kind of thinking about doing live streams too again. That's a touchy subject. That will come towards the end of the video, but talking about like the channel in general, it's purely a tutorial channel. If I do make live streams in the future, I'm not making a separate channel. I really don't want to do that, but I mean, I just would rather post on here because this is a canvas where I can paint random shit. I'm pretty sure I said that in my description on my channel. But anyway, so with the tutorials, around 8 months ago on my community board, I said that I was done making tutorials. I was completely done. I was never going to remake, the series again. I was never going to make more side tutorials. I wasn't going to help you guys out in the comment section. I was done. And before that post, I did even talk about remaking the series like I am today, but over a year ago. But that was just more or less a thought, not really like an action that I've been thinking actively about. And all of that has been prior, like all of that has been after I released my last video, so it was more or less like a send-off, like, hey guys, I'm gonna leave, but here's some information. And then I just kind of kept going with the community post. And 4 months ago, the thought of remaking the series again came back up in my head when my first video hit 100k views. And when it hit 100k views, I was honestly really happy. And I was like, dude, it hit 100k. Holy hell, And it's so surprising because I remember when I was a wee lad making videos way back in the day, only true OGs will know this. Like back in like 2021, 2020. Nah, I don't think I had a channel in 2020, but 2021, dude, I was like a jit, just playing FNAF fan games for fun. Barely cracking like 100 views, 50 views. But now, seeing something like this was really something I wanted to achieve whenever I made this channel. And now that I hit it, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Let me go back and let me watch it. And let me see, let me just go back for a little nostalgia, you know what I mean? And then I went back. And then I saw the cracks. And then I had a thought. There's a lot of cracks and there's a lot of issues with the first video. I stuttered a lot, talk about meaningless shit a lot. It's kind of weird. I could have remade that. And then it got me thinking, what other tutorials could I have remade to make it better? And then I looked at what was it? I want to say part like 10. Like part 10 was multiple nights, but I low-key didn't need multiple nights, especially in that manner, how I programmed it in. I didn't need to do that, I just kind of took the series in a wrong direction by kind of acting on impulse and just recording them and then publishing them right away. And I didn't really take too much care for the series. I was more or less just pumping them out so I could help you guys, and that's not what my intent was, but eventually it just kind of came down to that. So I thought about just remaking the series in general because there were so many issues before and I handled the series in a very wrong fashion. Now, a lot of you guys say that my tutorial series is great and that a definitive version of the series would be great, but I've been only testing out the idea recently because of a new setup I have. I got a new monitor so I can see like my recording and my click team, so I can kind of look at certain parts, go back and forth, and be like, okay, am I talking too specific here? Am I being too generic here? Am I talking for too long here? Am I talking about life for too long here? Stuff like that. It just really helps out when making videos, and that's exactly how I wanted it to go. And the setup was actually the one thing that was kind of holding me back from really making this series come to life, and really going full production into it. Because, this kind of is a personal thing, but, I have a standing desk, right? But before then, I had like a sitting desk. So I would sit down for hours at my computer, and I felt like a bum just sitting down doing nothing. So I got a standing desk, which my girlfriend gave me, and or bought me rather. She didn't just give it to me, but she bought me it, and it was a great purchase because now I feel a lot more productive whenever I make games, whenever I draw, whenever I record a video like this. I just feel very productive, and it's one thing out of a lot that's really helping out make this series, remaking the series per se. Another is the way I'm actually going to take it and the tutorials I'm going to implement. So I actually have my Google Drive remake on my right monitor, so I'm just kind of looking through it right now, and a couple of the tutorials are different, and a lot of them are going to be better than they were before. So for example, the layout originally with the old series is not the same as it is for this remake series. So parts 1 through like 6 or 5 are pretty much the same, just different code variations. But for part 6, which is basic animatronic AI, I'm going to actually make it like Scott Cawthon's AI. I'm not going to do like a very, very dumbed down version of it. I'm truly going to try to remake it as best as I can, putting in that effort, right? Because a lot of people have been asking how, even since the beginning of the series, how do you program Scott's AI from FNAF 1? And I've been kind of pushing it off like, oh, I'll do it as a side tutorial, and then I just ended up never doing it. I'm going to do it for the remake series, because for a series that's trying to replicate FNAF 1, utterly kind of discarding Scott's chaotic and his honestly really smart and very genius way of AI is foul, because the scariest part of FNAF 1, I would say, is the unpredictability of the animatronics moving. So obviously you guys want that for your game too. You want your game to be scary and unpredictable. Part 7, being jump scares and game over, is going to be the same. Power out segment is also going to be the same. Time at 6 a.m. also going to be the same. And then I'm also adding in sound as a mainline tutorial for part 10 because honestly, I feel like sound is such an important part of this series that I don't even know why I made it a side tutorial. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you don't need sound for your FNAF fan game, but like, you do. You need to make your game at least sound like you're in it. So, I did make sound a main tutorial now. And then part 11 is making multiple nights and I saving. So, there you go for those who want it. Now, additionally, I do have side tutorials here too. I'm not going to go through all of them because side tutorials is not what I'm focusing on right now. I'm only focusing on the mainline series, and I have it all laid out. I know exactly which tutorials I'm going to do, what I'm going to teach in every single one of those tutorials. And I am slowly testing out how to remake it in a lot of ways, but I'm not outright saying I'm not outright saying I'm going to remake the series. I'm not. I'm not saying that at all. Because I don't want to give you guys false hope. That's not my objective. I'm not trying to give you guys false hope and be like, okay guys, I'm going to remake the series, and then ghost you guys, and then all of a sudden now you guys don't see a tutorial series at all, and then 2 years later you see a post saying, oh, actually I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just not going to do that. I want you guys to have the perception that I'm not doing it at all, but I am testing out the idea. That way, you guys don't get attached with the idea that, yes, a remake is coming officially. But I will say that I am making good progress, but I'm not making progress, if that makes any sense. Like, focusing on the outside of the tutorials, I'm doing a great job planning it all out and kind of testing it all out. And editing too. I've also improved the editing. I made an intro and an outro with timelines too. So everything is going good on the outside, but now it's just internally with the actual videos that I'm kind of just messing around with. So that's the main idea for my series. And it's just kind of what I want to do. I want to make them better for you guys. I want to make them more knowledgeable, less repetitive. I want them to just be better. You can jump in, get what you need, and go. But also by also teaching you guys too. So I feel like I yapped a lot in my original series, so I'm trying not to yap as much. But also, not talking about the tutorials, but more or less just talking about myself and the actual YouTube channel. Like I said before, it's now a tutorial channel, but I have been thinking about starting up live streams again, especially on certain games my friends make, just making a live streams again. Especially now that I have a way bigger audience, I feel like getting more viewers would not be that hard, and being more entertaining wouldn't be that hard with such a large following that I do have. I'm not flexing, by the way. I'm just saying it's great that I have this following, because maybe we can get streaming started up again. But I can't prove anything. I don't know if Facecam's coming back. Shit, I haven't had Facecam in about 2 years, so I really don't know if that's coming back. And ads, I've been trying to avoid having ads on my channel for such a long time because I don't want it to make it look like, oh, I have ads so I can make money off of you guys watching it. That's not my main purpose. My main purpose is to teach you guys how to actually make your own games. I just don't do ads because, morally I feel like that's wrong, but it's also I do need the money. It's a good side hustle. So I might try to find a way to make money off of YouTube. Can't guarantee anything, but I do need the money for my actual life. So it would definitely help, and especially remaking the series, that would also bring in extra money too. That way I can kill two birds with one stone, get money, help people, do what I want. And yeah, that's kind of the idea of what I want to do with the series. That's the idea of what I want to do with the series going on and what's going on from now on. I've been saying on and on so much, but too long, didn't watch. I mean, I'm working on a remake. Can't guarantee that I'm actually going to finish it. So far, I can so far, I can say like I'm pretty passionate about it, but don't, we know how FNAF projects end. You can't really stay passionate forever. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if this video is even good. I'm not gonna look it over because it's midnight. But hopefully you guys get enough information, and yeah, we can see what happens from here on out. Hopefully you guys stick with me. If you want more information about who I am or what I do, go over to my Game Jolt page, and yeah, that's about it. See you guys.